Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. My name is Dami and I'm a YouTuber based in London, Ontario, Canada. I share lifestyle videos and also immigration videos. If you're new to my channel, please feel free to join the family by clicking on the subscribe button down below and also turn on post notifications so you'll be the first to get my videos every single time I post a new video. Okay, it feels like such a long time since I did a sit down video like this one. I haven't done a sit down video like this in a long time. I've been doing more of lifestyle vlogs, daily vlogs. I felt like that kind of video came to me more naturally than doing immigration content like this, but that doesn't mean that I'm not going to do any immigration content anymore. You guys will definitely still see immigration videos on my channel and also lifestyle content like you already see all the time. I posted on my community tab some weeks ago, I think about 2 weeks ago, that you guys should ask me questions, any question that you may have, and I got a few questions. And I also posted recently as well that you guys should ask me any immigration questions that you have as well, and I got a few questions, so I have those questions here. It's probably about 25 questions, so I'm going to try to move as quickly as possible. I got some questions from Instagram and I also got some questions from YouTube, so I think I'll probably start with the Instagram questions first, because some of the Instagram questions are repetitive and I can quickly move through those ones, and the ones that I got from YouTube were more of immigration questions. So I'll try to move as quickly as I can, because this video, I don't think I want to make this video too long. So let's jump right into this video. The first question I got from Instagram is how were you able to stay back in Canada despite doing a 1-year program? I plan on doing a live update video sometime in July or August, so that you guys can be caught up with where I've been, what I've been doing, everything that I've been doing since I left school. It hasn't been easy, I'm not even going to lie. I'm not going to come here to say, oh, I finished my 1-year program, got a job and my company sponsored me or whatever. I'm not going to come here to say that, because that was not what happened. It's been a roller coaster from the time I finished school, considering the fact that I did a 1-year program. But yeah, I'm pushing, and I'll leave the updates to the live update video. Somebody else said, no question, just continue to flourish and grow. Thank you so much. And I wish the same for you as well. Someone said, was it easy or difficult for you to get a job in HR? Seems like these recruiters want Canadian experience, which I don't have. So this person is currently in Canada. It wasn't as easy as I thought it would, for sure. I applied and applied and applied and applied over and over and over again. I did interviews over and over again, and I was just hoping for the best. Trust me, I literally was just hoping that one day somebody would say, Dami, I think you're great for the job, and they'll give me the job. That was what I was hoping for. But some things that I did that probably helped was that I did not limit my options. So I'm living in London, like you guys know, and my office is actually not in London. It's on the outskirts of London, so it's in a city that is very close to London. So I try to open up my options to other cities outside London, cities in other provinces, just because I felt like there was nothing holding me down in London. So I opened my search to other cities, other provinces, and I was just hoping that I'll probably get something in a different city and I'll move. I kept doing interviews. Trust me, I went for interviews in cities that are not London. I went for interviews in other cities, and I was just hoping and praying. I was also tailoring my resume to fit every job that I applied for. Trust me, I didn't do that for every job, I'm not even going to lie, but I did that for most of the jobs that I applied for, especially the jobs that I feel like it's going to be a good paying job, and it's going to be like, and it's for a reputable company. Most of those companies, they have things that filter you out if you don't do what they want you to do. So I read the job description, tailor my resume to fit the job description. I also make sure that if there is any instruction in the posting that they put out, I make sure that I follow the instruction in the posting. If there is a code, if they tell you to put a title in your cover letter, I do that. And if they say put a code in your cover letter, I do that as well. I try to read the instruction and I try to prepare for interviews as much as I can. It's not easy, but I really pray for you that you get a job in your field very soon. So somebody said, how is navigating life while on a work visa? Tips for PNP or tips for how to transition to being a PR. Life on a work visa, I think, is good. I don't know how to answer that question. At least you know you're on a work visa and you can work full-time. There's nothing holding you down from working full-time anymore. So that's one of the major pros, and you can apply for jobs everywhere at that time. I don't know if you are saying tips for PNP for someone that is outside Canada or someone that is inside Canada. Anywhere you are, if you're inside Canada or outside Canada, just be on the top of your game, listen to the news, try to get immigration news, try to follow up on recent updates on immigration. And yeah, I think that's the major tip I'll give you. And also be open to other provinces as well. If you're currently in maybe Alberta, Ontario. I know Ontario doesn't really have a lot of options for people that are not maybe master's graduates, or if you're not from a specific kind of job type, you may be limited if you're in Ontario. So don't limit yourself to Ontario. If you're in Ontario, don't limit yourself to this province. Try other provinces. Saskatchewan, I know Manitoba has a lot of opportunities out there. Even Alberta has a lot of opportunities. So look into those provinces. And the person also said tip to transition to PR. So number one tip, which I'm still going to do a video eventually about this, is that if you're trying to transition from work permit to PR, be on the top of your game. Like, don't waste time. Time moves by really quickly. You may think, oh, I have 3 years of postgraduate work permits, or I have 3 years of work permits right now, and I can sit down and relax and not do anything. Trust me, that 3 years is going to move by really quickly. So I would advise that once you're done with school, or even when you're still in school, apply for your IELTS exam. If you've not done that already, apply to do your IELTS exam. Do that exam. Take it, make sure you pass it well. Just get prepared before time. So once you're done with school, get prepared before time. You don't need to wait for maybe a year after your work permit is expired, because Canada immigration, IRCC, they always bring out new things that may work for you at any point in time. So be prepared for any opportunity that shows up. Don't dull yourself, literally. This person said, Dami, please try to respond to your DM. The truth is, I stopped responding to DMs because most of the questions in my DM are repetitive questions. I've got tons of questions in my DM. Most of the time, it's just the same question from what I've already done in my video. A good example I'll give you guys, I did a very detailed video reading out my statement of purpose and tips you could also use if you are writing your statement of purpose. I did this video like 2 years or 3 years ago, and I still have people in my DM telling me, Dami, I want to send you my statement of purpose. Can you please send me your statement of purpose? This is why I don't bother opening DMs anymore. It will take me literally an hour to respond to all the messages in my DM. It is a lot. I'm so sorry. If I put up any question tag, feel free to use the question tag, or come to my YouTube to ask your question instead, because I feel like I would see that faster than in my DMs. Somebody else said that, do you intend to go for a second program, or you already have your PR? So I will give you guys life updates. Like I said, I don't want to spill any tea yet. I'll give you guys life updates in my life update video, so you guys should stay tuned for that. Okay, so somebody said, how is life after school? Trust me, I'm in a better place right now than I was when I just finished school. When I just finished school, life after school was the absolute ghetto. Trying to find a job is a full-time job on its own. So it was the absolute ghetto. I really did not have a lot of friends. It was just not nice. I did my program fully online, which was even worse. So yeah, life after school was the absolute ghetto. I think I'm in a better place right now than I was when I just finished school, so I'm grateful for that. Please tell us more about jobs on campus and how easy it is to get those jobs. I cannot really say because I didn't do any job on campus, and I'm not really informed about that because when I came to Canada, there was a lockdown. People were not working on campus at that time, so I wasn't really informed about that. People get jobs on campus a lot of times, so I don't think it's that difficult for you to get. Just try to, maybe, I don't know, I really don't know, I don't want to answer that. Somebody said, sorry, I feel nosy asking this question. If you already feel nosy asking this question, you are nosy. But anyway, so I feel nosy asking this question, but I'm curious to know why you and your boyfriend live far apart. I don't think that's a YouTube business, but the easy answer to that is that we are in a long distance kind of relationship. Obviously. Somebody said give us life updates. I will give you guys life updates. I've had people asking me so many questions that I think would be better for me to put them in one single video and answer in a separate video. So I'm definitely going to do a life update video sometime soon. Somebody said, where can I find husband in Canada? Wow. Oh, that's a very good question, and I wish I really had a good answer, but I've heard from people that are single that husband in Canada is expensive to get. It is really expensive. It's like diamond. Getting a good man in Canada, I heard, is like diamond. So it is scarce to have a man in Canada. There are no good men, like they said, in Canada. So if you have your man somewhere else, bring him when you're coming with you, because man is scarce in Canada, so they said. So I don't know where to find husband in Canada. There you go. Somebody said, how are you? I'm really doing well. I'm fine. Thank you so much for asking. Somebody said, how is the job opportunity in London? I see people complain that there are no jobs in London. There are no jobs anywhere. If you don't position yourself for a job, you probably would not get that job. There's so many people getting jobs in London. Some people are even moving from other cities, other provinces to London to get a job. So it depends. It really depends on what you're doing. So there are some provinces that are better off for some specific field. So I know that if you're in maybe engineering, maybe you should consider going to Alberta instead of coming to Ontario. Yeah, so just consider what you're doing. There are jobs in London. That's just a quick answer. There are jobs in London. People are getting jobs on a daily basis in London. People are getting jobs constantly in London. So if you have that mindset, if you're thinking of coming to Canada and you're coming to settle in London and you already have that mindset of no job in London, you probably won't get a job. So be open-minded, know that there are jobs, people are getting jobs constantly in London, and yeah, if you eventually come, you don't find a job in London, that's why Canada allows you to move everywhere around the country. So you're not limited to one province, you're not limited to one city. So yeah. So this same person also said, how do you intend to get your PR with a 1-year course? That's why I said position yourself right. Get ready immediately you're done with school. Even before you finish school, start getting ready. Don't wait for anything. If you know you are coming for a 1-year program and you have just 1 year postgraduate work visa, when you are in school, start getting all your documents ready. Start gathering your money if you know you need money to apply. Start getting your proof of fund if you're not applying for this Canadian experience class. Just start getting your things ready, getting everything ready, because you're gonna need it. You're definitely going to need it. So get ready, get yourself ready, get prepared. Yeah, literally position yourself to get your PR, because it's tough. That's just the truth. If you can afford to come to do a 2-year program that will give you a longer postgraduate work visa, trust me, go for it. But if maybe for some reason you can't do that, then make sure you are well positioned to get your PR within that 1 year of postgraduate work visa. Somebody said, would you advise a prospective international student to come to study in Canada on study loan? People do. Will I advise someone to do that? No. A lot of people do. And if you mean student loan, Are you trying to say like getting loan from a family, getting loan from the government, getting loan from the bank? It depends. Coming to study in Canada is good, but coming to study in Canada in debt may not be very good. I don't want to discourage anybody. If you have a plan on how you intend on paying back the loan, then feel free, go for it. But if you're considering, if you take a loan and you have 2 years to pay back that loan, and you intend on working in Canada to pay back the loan, it may not be easy. And that's just me trying to be as honest as I can. It may not be very easy. Try as much as possible to consider your option. Do you think you're going to be able to pay back the loan? How long do you have to pay back that loan? Just weigh your options. Just calculate if you think you'll be able to pay back that loan. If you can't pay back that loan, trust me, it's not going to be worth it, because you don't want to be stranded in Canada and still have people chasing your family in Nigeria or taking things from your family back in Nigeria. So you need to be careful when you're considering taking loan to come and study abroad, as especially if it's a short-term loan and you have to pay back really quickly, maybe 2 years or 3 years. If it's like a long-term loan and you are paying back in like 5 years, for sure, yeah, you can go for it. This person said, I'm in a 1-year program. I'm in a 1-year human resource management program and I'll finish in December 2023. I don't want to continue with another program. What do you advise I do? Can 1-year postgraduate work visa be enough to transition? Whew. Good question. Very, very good question. I was in this dilemma when I finished school, and I think you guys already remember that I was considering either going back to school or just going for my postgraduate work visa, and I eventually went for my postgraduate work visa. It's a very, 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 very risky thing to do. Very risky, because I was able to calculate mine because I felt like I had work experience from back in Nigeria. I'm under 30. If you calculate your CRS score and you feel like your score is really low and you think that a 1-year postgraduate work visa would be enough, it may not be. So if you have to consider different factors, and this is not one size fits all. So it depends on your age, it depends on your previous work experience, it depends on what your current score is, it depends on what your score would be after you're done with school. And yeah, Adiola, if you can send me an email. So my email is in the description box, so we can work together and see if it's possible. Just calculate things and see what ways I can be of help to you, because it's not one size fits all. If you have the money to go for a second program and you think age is still on your side, for sure go for the second program. But if you don't have the money to go for a second program, then send me that email. Let's talk together, let's rub minds, let's see how I'm able to come in to probably help in a little way that I can with my own little experience that I've got from this same situation. So this person said, is it possible to convert visitor's visa to work visa? For sure it is possible, but what are your chances? Very slim. So if you come into Canada as a visitor, you can switch to a work permit, and the only way you can do that is, one, you must have gotten a job in Canada. You must have gotten a job that is sponsoring you, which is a job that is supported by LMIA, and that means that the company that you're applying for is willing to sponsor you to actually work for that company. So you're going to get a closed work permit, which means that you'll be working directly for that company and cannot work for other companies until you get your PR. I think that is how it's done. So yeah, once you're in Canada and you have a job that is willing to say, oh, you're spectacular, we want to sponsor you, we want you to work with us, we are willing to provide you with the LMIA that you need to be able to remain in Canada and work in Canada, then yeah, that's perfect. There are people that have had testimonies like that, but what are the chances? It's like 1 out of 10 people. So don't raise your hopes too high. Just know that the chances are very slim. People that are in Canada with like study permits, some people are even with work permit already, it's still taking them so long to get a job. Some people are in Canada with permanent residence and they cannot still get a job in like 2 months, 3 months. So your chances may be slim, but you never can tell. You may just be a very lucky person. So try. So somebody said, what kind of jobs are available in Canada and how easy is it to get hired? So there are so many jobs in Canada. I don't think there's any field that is not in Canada. There's every kind of job that you think in Canada. So how easy is it to get that job is where the problem is. So if you're, for instance, a nurse and you're a foreign trained nurse, you can definitely work in Canada, but you have to pass some exams. I think it's like NCLEX, so many things you need to do before you can work in that field as a registered nurse in Canada. If you're a lawyer, you need to actually be called to the bar in Canada to be able to practice as a lawyer. So if you are in any of those professional career fields, you need to actually be certified in Canada as well before you can get a job in that field. So it's not like it's difficult for you to be hired, and it depends. Like I said, it depends on the job that you're looking for. If you're looking for a job in human resource, a quick Google search of human resource jobs in Canada will show you that there are tons of jobs. It's just that there are also tons of people looking for that same job. If you put a quick Google search, project management roles in Canada, or available or open project management roles in Canada, probably over 500,000 or over 200,000 jobs will come out across Canada for project management role. But there are also about 1 million people looking for that same project management role. So yeah, that's the thing. You need to be qualified. You need to show that, you need to prove to the employer that you are actually qualified and you are the great or perfect fit to get that job. You need to show them that you do the job and you won't be a burden to the company. And you just need to be able to prove to them in your interview, because trust me, the interview is the most important thing. Once you scale through your interview, you can get to that job and start learning on the job. Trust me, a lot of people do that. So make sure you prepare for your interview. Let them see reasons why you are the perfect fit compared to the other 20 or 30 people that are also competing for that same position as you. The last question is something I have absolutely no idea about. This person said, I am a refugee and want to come to Canada. How do I do that as a refugee blue passport holder in Ghana? So I'm thinking this person is probably a refugee in Ghana right now and wants to move to Canada. As a refugee in Ghana, you have to still, as long as you're coming to Canada, you have to go through the normal route that every other person is coming as. Only if you want to come and seek asylum in Canada, which I don't know. I really don't know about that route. You probably would need to do your research, and I don't know about the blue passports refugee holder in Ghana, because I'm not from Ghana and I haven't heard about that before. So yeah, I wish I was able to do more help for you, but unfortunately I don't know much about that. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Thank you guys so much, and I hope I was able to answer all your questions. If you have more questions, drop your questions in the comment section and I'll try my best to answer as many questions as I can in the comment section. And also send me an email if you want to ask me questions about immigration, if it's something that I haven't done a video on, because if it's something that I've done a video on, I will probably not answer your question. So try to watch my videos or try to research for that question first before you send me a DM or an email, and I'll try my best to answer as many questions as I can. All right, thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.